If you're looking to record your own podcast, do it with Anchor. It's free, and the creation tools allow you to record your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. And tell them your boy BeeJay sent you.
Remember, a pimp is only as good as his product. See? And his product is women. Now you got to go out there and you got to get the best ones you can find.
Five Conversations, y'all. We back in here. Your boy BeeJay, and I'm bringing my girl back on here, man. We had a great time last episode.
We did.
So, Michelle,
Hey, everybody.
how are you?
I'm good. Like I said, this heat has just been something else. So I've been trying to stay in the house and go out when absolutely need be. Because once you walk out the door, it suffocates you. It just grabs a hold of your windpipes. So I
Yeah,
just chill.
I'm kind of raspy too.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the listeners won't pay attention to all that, but
They'll be all right.
yeah, they should be all right. So, first, I want to start off by saying, I think last time went well. Our episode went well. I got a lot of feedback from people, and you were one of the guests that they were telling me that I need to bring back on here. So,
That's
pat
dope.
pat yourself on the back, you know.
Thanks, everybody. I didn't know y'all liked me that much. That's good. I like that. We just
Yeah.
had good chemistry on the show, too. So
Yeah. And also, I'd like to throw in there. A couple weeks ago, I was in Michelle's side of town, and we did link. First time I ever met her in person, and I had a very good time. You know, I liked her city. I liked her environment. It was nice.
yeah, tell them where you went.
Say it again.
I said, tell them where you went.
Oh well, I was in the great state of North Carolina, about the city of Charlotte. Charlotte, heavy on the lit.
Lit.
I didn't know they got down like that down there. And yeah, when I was down there, we were talking. I was like, "Look, we got to do this again." So we're here now.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So
Well, you asked me how I was doing. I'm sorry. How are you doing? How's life for you?
I'm doing good. Everything's well right now, man. The podcast is taking off.
Good.
I'm getting all my listeners. Getting all my views and listens and stuff like that. It's going really good. Life is good. I'm on the move again. Of course, I'm constantly traveling. I'm making it for last year.
Yeah, I see a lot of people doing that. So.
Oh yeah, because I'm definitely not gonna have another year where I sit in the house. I can't do that.
It's too boring, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Way too boring. But I'm glad to hear you outside again and enjoying yourself. Only got one life to live, so.
Oh yeah. So.
See as much of the world as you can.
Yep.
Look at it.
So a couple days ago on IG, I had reposted something that was sent to me, and it said, "We need to normalize Black people gatekeeping more." So I believe you had messaged me about that, and I wanted to get your opinion on here, so everybody can hear it out loud. How do you feel about this statement?
Well, first of all, let's give the listeners a definition of what gatekeeping means to us. So that way, if somebody is on the on the need to know, then they know exactly where we're coming from. So gatekeeping to me is just like keeping information in, or at least in the situation I feel like we're about to get into, is talking to that person that has done wrong or has made a mistake first instead of putting them on blast. So you want to be able to like talk to them, correct them where they at, and then let them go on about their business afterwards. That's what I feel like gatekeeping means to me in the instance of where we're coming from, like or we're about to talk about, I guess.
Well, I agree with you for the most part. I agree. My interpretation or definition of gatekeeping is we have to be more, well, in the context of that thing I shared on my stories,
Right.
we have to be more selective of who we let in. Not necessarily withholding information, just be more selective and
And who receives it?
and
Like,
who receives it, right?
yeah,
Because what I'm seeing right now is, especially with a lot of liberals, they'll play along to get along to get what they need to get from us,
yeah.
our group, and take
Politic
it
in
and run
one.
with it.
Yeah,
And we see it in our social medias. The ladies, the nice, creative, young black minds on that app. I haven't got on the app, by the way. I don't know what's going on. I just hear about it. So what I'm hearing is there's young black creatives on there who make certain dances or make certain
right.
talks, and
Yeah,
then these other groups go run off with it. I don't appreciate that personally.
not at all. I mean, okay, in the sense of that, then, because I know what you're talking about, like the black creators who have been making up dances or just trends in general on TikTok. There's been a lot of other people just stealing the content, not giving them their credit, or I don't know, just basically robbing the black creators. So what they've been doing as a protest is just not even creating trends or slowing down on making dances or just correcting the people that steal their content and don't like credit them for it. So I commend them for doing that or taking a stand against the app. And I mean, I like TikTok as a concept. I do like, going through other people's feeds, seeing what they have to offer. But I don't feel like TikTok as a community protects black creators. And I mean, they usually, I mean, I wouldn't expect them to do that anyway, just seeing that's the basis as how TikTok was created. But at the same time, it's messed up. So
Yeah, and I'm here. I might have heard something the other day. I'm not really sure. I think one of my friends said something about TikTok is going to start paying people. Is that true? Do you know
I don't
anything about
know actually.
that?
For as far as I know, the creators that are really popular on there, they'll have like lives or whatever, and people will pay them on their live, like just send them like coins or whatever they call it on TikTok. I don't know. I've never thrown one myself, but I seen my friend do it. Like he'll take shots, like he reviews drinks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll take shots or like drink or whatever as the request of the audience, and they'll pay him for doing that. But I don't know if TikTok themselves are actually going to start paying the creators or not. But that would be a good idea. I mean, I feel like everybody else, like every other platform does. I don't know necessarily about Twitter, but Instagram and Facebook for sure. I know they do pay you for ads and stuff.
Yeah, Twitter has spaces where they pay people for spaces, throwing spaces.
So is that why it's popular like that? Because I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not the one for spaces. I don't know. It's just something about it. Just don't. It don't really appeal to me.
I mean it's a Clubhouse knockoff,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
and I've been off Clubhouse for like 3 months now, so it's like it doesn't interest me anymore. So
I don't really hear people talking about it as much as they used to.
yeah, and then when I do look up what's going on in Clubhouse, it's a bunch of nonsense. There's gender wars on there. There's black versus white. There's
Yeah,
black
that can get
black
really
man versus black women. I'm like, I ain't got no.
messy.
I really don't.
Yeah.
So Twitter has spaces, of course.
Mm.
For the listeners that don't know what that is, it's pretty much like how Clubhouse is set up. You get a room full of unlimited people, and you guys go in there and talk about different topics, and the host of the space can, mute people or kick people out and stuff like that. And,
Dang, has it ever been bad where somebody has kicked somebody out for being disrespectful? I don't know if you witnessed that, but like I
I
haven't heard
I ha-
anybody doing that.
I haven't witnessed it, but I'm sure
Mm.
there is. Like I was in there one night, it was like 800 people in there, maybe 1,000 people,
Damn.
and they were talking about alpha men and beta men or something like that.
Oh boy.
And it's just a lot of people that had mics to talk. It was just real nonsense and cornyish like. So
Yeah.
I wasn't in there for too long, but yeah. And then recently I've been jumping in a few spaces when people invite me, and it's just casual conversation. We're laughing about stuff, talking about our days. Hey, what you doing? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to monetize on Twitter. And another way to monetize on Twitter is if you have, I think you can get paid to tweet actually with ads and stuff.
Yeah, I have seen that.
So it's
I
like
just didn't know how it worked. But
if you
yeah,
have like 12,000 followers, and
those be the main ones. Yeah.
if you tweet like several times a day, that's how you qualify or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got the you know I tweet several times a day, but as far as the follower count,
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know how they get up to that level unless they just be in people DMs like requesting them to like follow or whatever. I
well,
have seen that before.
well, my old Twitter account.
Oh, you did say you had a lot of followers, right?
Yeah, I actually followed you on that one, but I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I had about 5,000 followers,
Yeah.
and I was following like 4,300 or something. And even then, I couldn't even qualify to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how I'm trying to figure out like how people, regular people, like they not artists or nothing like that. They
Yeah,
be having like 47,000 followers. How?
like
How
it's
do you get
one of our followers. I think he's a mutual on there now. He has like
paid?
12,000 followers. I'm like, God damn, he don't even be tweeting about nothing. They be paid. I'm not gonna put him out there.
Yeah, I knew you wasn't. I was just
Yeah, but
yeah,
like he don't tweet about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like,
yeah.
be paid for them damn things, whatever.
That's crazy. I wonder if you got to register as like something or be verified. Well, clearly not verified, but
Yeah.
like if you have to advocate for a particular ad or if they just approach you about it. I don't know.
Well, you can apply from your account. It says monetize in the menu section,
Okay, I never looked that far into
and
it.
then it'll tell you if you qualify or not. I don't know
Mm.
what's going on with Twitter. Maybe it's the people I follow. Maybe it's the stuff that's controversial that I retweet or talk about on there. But I can't host a space. It won't
Yeah.
even allow me to.
Oh wow.
I look for it. I look for the icon. I asked my friend. She told me to hold the tweet button down, and
Hmm.
even then, there's no icon there for me to host a space. So I don't worry about it no more. I don't care.
That that's crazy. I mean, because I was slow getting the voice recording thing that they had on there too. I seen a lot of people were
Yeah,
able to do that at first, and I was like, "How are y'all doing this?" Because I don't even have the option.
you know what's funny? It took me like maybe a year after that we got it.
A year
Yeah, a year
to
after
get the. Oh
the voice
yeah, because
recorder.
that did come out like last summer, right?
Yes,
I
I
feel yeah,
got
it
mine
was a
to like
while ago. Yeah,
I didn't get mine to like maybe earlier this year, maybe. But what's
yeah,
funny is
me too.
I have a burner account on Twitter, but that has the voice notes on it.
Like when it first started.
When I first made the burner account, I made a burner account last summer in like August,
That's
and it came with the voice notes. I'm like, what's going on?
yeah, that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's Twitter for you.
it is. It is. What? Yeah, man. Back to the gatekeeping though.
Yes.
I definitely feel like I just at this level, at this time, this day and age, we should be more solid
Like literally get on code. Like all the other groups do. I believe all the other
Yeah,
get on code.
right. No, really. I mean, I think in the black community there's so much division, and I'm just gonna say that like I don't know if that's where you were going with it, but I definitely just feel like it's a lot of us like being that crab in the bucket mentality versus just trying to educate one another and try to come together on something, like have a sense of unity. Like I just feel like it's so much.
And
Okay,
I feel like that is, I may be wrong, just my opinion. I feel like that is the biggest thing holding our community back.
right. It is.
Cause like if we could literally put everything to the side and deal with that shit later or tomorrow or whatever.
Right. Or not be so quick to just criticize for, I understand about being honest or you want to be truthful with someone, but we're so quick to condemn and not understand. I
Right.
feel that's what makes this whole thing a problem. Like for us not being able to come together and actually agree to disagree respectfully, we just don't put in the effort to understand enough of where the other person is coming from. We just so quick to say, nah, yeah, 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 like nag them and just throw away the key. And you can't do that to everybody. Not saying that the stuff that they did, whether right or wrong, is an issue. It's just a problem for us to just be so quick to, want to criticize versus just saying, hey, like, what was up with that? Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah, cause let's unpack that because I'm getting sick and tired of, me and you are, but we're on social media a lot, and I'm seeing it's been happening for a while now. It's really happening now. It's like wildfire.
Hmm.
Why is it that when people don't agree with something, now it's time to destroy that person?
Right. I think
Time
it's just,
it's time to be funny and and put up two like the other day I seen two chicks on Twitter arguing and the girl put both their faces up there. Like, oh, she thinks she looks better than me. I'm like, what is this? What is all that?
it's so aggravating. I just, I don't know. I don't want to be all scientific and feel be like it's always been a part of us, but we first of all don't take anything as seriously as we should, and that's an issue with me. Um, because like not everything's a joke. So
Facts.
why is the first thing that you see like something that's not normal to you, or out of ordinary, whatever, you just automatically want to pick on that or make a joke out of it, laugh about it, or roast them terribly so they go cry in the corner or they come back and it's even worse. Now y'all arguing. It's not always required to make something funny. And then two is I feel like it's a defense mechanism. Like you don't want nobody to say something to you first or address something that you're doing that's not right. People don't want to hear about themselves, so they just automatically go to roasting or joking or just pitting against the other person, knowing half of the stuff that they saying is probably not even true or doesn't address that person correctly. They're just saying it just to be mean or be hateful, and it's like you can just log out for the day. You can mute the conversation. You can just block the person. It don't always have to take you arguing or roasting somebody or making a joke out of whatever situation y'all talking about or disagreeing with for it to come to that. Like you can just ignore it, literally ignore it. But I feel like some people just can't. They can't get enough of themselves, and they just gotta make a defense, and that's their go-to.
I agree. There's no type of accountability.
None. Okay, and that's another thing I'd like to unpack. But I feel like if we did that, we'd probably be on the phone for an hour.
Yeah.
But it's really a lot of people not taking accountability for their effed up actions. Like you're being a very shitty person, and you don't want to hear about that. You don't want to work on that, and as a result, you're using that as your crutch for other people. Like you're just, I don't know. But that is annoying. Very annoying.
Yeah, crazy. Um,
So what did you share on Instagram that they may not have known about? I guess to enlighten the listeners about what gave you the idea of gatekeeping, other than
oh, like I said before, somebody had sent me a post on IG. I reposted it about we need to normalize about black people gatekeeping more. And then you had messaged me. Then I was like, hey, this could be a topic, you know?
is there something? No, I meant like, is there something that you've seen on social media? My bad. I meant to say like, what led you to want to post that particular quote? Like, did you see
Oh,
something recently that triggered you? You was like, yeah, this is definitely true, or like, what gave you the idea of saying we need to do this more? Period.
well, I see it all the time. It's you know, hip hop culture.
That's the main one. Yeah,
Main thing is probably hip hop culture.
yeah.
And then these these people I don't understand. Like, okay, I'm unapologetic. So I don't give a fuck. But I hate seeing videos of other cultures doing something as simple as reciting lyrics from a song or singing something. It's like all of us in the background. Oh, look at that! Look, like, bro, we do this every day.
I
Y'all,
don't know why we're
y'all,
so
y'all
hard on
need to
ourselves.
y'all need to give that same energy to the artists.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
It's we're just a very overly, I don't know why I use very and overly at the same time, but we're overly critical to ourselves, and I don't know why we assess so much pressure on each other versus another culture doing that. And it's like, okay, but you have that at home. Why is that? Why you can't return that same energy to your people?
Yeah, yeah. That was probably my main reason why I'm like, all right, I gotta share this. And of course, only two people, you and another person, may be interacting with it. And then another person asked me why. What do you mean?
Oh, great.
And then I had to tell them what it meant, and they were like, "Oh, okay, okay."
Uh, all right.
I was like, "Okay, well, this is a topic. I really want to get my shit off about this."
Yeah, about it. And I mean, first, I guess what made me want to also make this a topic was that Lil Nas X situation
Mm-hmm.
before it even got to the shoes and all of that. Like how he came out and people were bashing him. Like, first of all, the Christian community, okay, we get that. We have people who say they're Christians and not necessarily acting Christian like, so there's that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have that, and then you have the black community like, bro, you should have just kept quiet. Oh, you should have just did this. Like, what are you talking about? This is this man's truth. So why is this a problem for y'all? Why are y'all automatically telling him he going to hell? He doing this? Y'all ain't got heaven or hell to put nobody in.
Right.
And y'all automatically bashing, oh, he ain't gonna get no more sales anymore because he gay. And I'm just like, oh my God. Why are y'all acting like this is brand new? Like, we haven't had people who are homosexual, or who identify as homosexual, like, for years. Black people, like,
it's
what's the
definitely
issue?
it's definitely the ignorance come out sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
It's it's horrible. And then of course the whole the baby the situation, like, it's
Yeah, and let me speak on Nas X.
okay, yeah.
I'm not a fan of his music. He doesn't make music for me necessarily.
Yeah. But I
Uh,
don't.
I think I heard something of his recently. I think it's his new song. I'm gonna say the dude is very talented. He's very talented. He's a talented dude.
Agreed.
Set aside his sexuality and all the other stuff that doesn't matter. As far as music on the music side of the game, he's a very talented dude. He's very he can definitely get the attention. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
think with that some of his antics might go a little bit overboard?
I feel like it was out of retaliation what he did because everybody was putting so much pressure on him, or at least us, we were putting pressure on him. But I mean, what I don't expect him to do anything less than somebody else who was getting picked on a lot. Like
Right.
if you coming at me at every angle just because I'm being honest with myself about how I'm living my truth, it's like damn if I do it, damn if I don't. But
And you,
this is what I'm gonna do in retaliation. I'm about to come back
you
with
see,
some.
there's a difference between what he's doing and
Mhm.
what the baby's doing. See, the baby,
Yeah.
he actually commented about stuff that had nothing to do with anything at the time.
Well, I guess what I was saying about that is that I feel like black people also want to compare situations to each other that don't have nothing to do with each other. Like they're which
It's called
every
deflection.
how
It's called deflection.
it yeah. Like this like I don't have a problem with what these other venues are doing with him because I honestly feel like he deserved it. You shouldn't have spoken that at the platform that you're on. You know people are paid travel to come see you and then you say some ignorant shit like that. I would definitely be upset enough with you to cancel you everywhere else too because you're not going to come here and insult the audience that paid to come see you and then we're losing out on our money because of you being disrespectful.
Yep.
um on top of all of that, I just feel like again the black community they be in the comments talking about, well, I wish y'all feel like this when BLM is around or Black Lives Matter. I'm just like, this has zero to do with what he's doing.
It's the group victimhood mentality, man.
Yeah, like
Let's latch on our struggle to your struggle.
right. And I'm just
Like
like this.
like a power in like a power in numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I mean, yeah, of course. Like I don't know. It's politicking as usual. Like I said, it's a time and place for everything. You can voice your opinion about how you dislike something, but going back to that agree to disagree, you don't have to expound on that in front of a mass of people. Say that at home. Say
Right.
that when you with your homeboys or in the office with your PR secretary or whoever, and just express your disdain. But when you're on a platform like that, if we heard Obama saying any of the things that he said, it
Yeah.
would be the same type of backlash. It's
It'll
no
be
different.
worse. It'll be worse.
Right. It'll be way worse. He can't do that because he's the president or was the president and say something like that to Congress or in a meeting where is government officials in there. I'm not saying those type of things there.
Right. The time and
Or
everything.
yeah, like even when we at work, we're not gonna talk about anything that's going on with us personally if we don't want our upper management to hear about it, or if we don't know the people around us are solid enough to handle that information. So why would I just go to work and be like, you know what I hate? I just hate people whoever contracted COVID. I just don't understand why they couldn't be so clean. I don't understand why they couldn't just do these necessary precautions. Like I would never say that in front of anybody. First of all, it's insensitive. You don't know how they contracted COVID. So how can you say automatically because they had it that they're unclean?
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know.
So, what steps? Since we pretty much agree on, you know, the gatekeeping of black society and black culture and black things, is there anything you could say that you do personally to uphold that?
Well, I don't. I'm in my head because I'm like, there's so many different areas we can touch on just with this
Just
one
give me
topic.
a few. We can talk about a few. We can unpack a few right now.
No, 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 no. It's fine. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just. It's so immersed in our society. It's like almost hard to remove that, and I'm just trying to figure out where do we start. It's a lot of different places, and we need to unpack where we should let them know how important gatekeeping is. But I guess for me personally, I mean, just like how your parents and your family used to say, keep your business, like anything that goes on in the house, keep it in the house. I feel like we could start there first. Like, not always be so quick to run and tell that, like, our business. I see that on Twitter. Don't you see them threads where they talk about, like, oh, this is my fly out story, how it ended, or why it went so wrong? And it's just like, bro, take that L and
Yes.
please, in peace, like in silence. We don't want to hear that.
Like it's to a point where I feel bad sometimes.
I do. So that's one way we can kind of keep that under control. And I feel another thing is what I was saying earlier, the understanding portion of it. Like, you want to be able to understand where that person is coming from, try to assess all sides, and then you can come to a final opinion. And if you still don't agree with what that person is doing or saying, then that's cool. You don't have to respond back to stuff. You don't have to react to everything.
Right. Right.
It's, again, a time and place to do all things. And when you make yourself available to get attacked or to attack, it's just, to me, I feel like it's lessening your opinion. Like, it's worthless. So why continue to talk when you don't have nothing to say that's gonna add to or benefit the situation? Just be quiet.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
What about you? What do you feel would help, or
Um,
how would you approach it?
I'm more so like I don't speak too much too often. Like I'm definitely a big talker, of course, but as far as like when others are around, I don't really speak too much. Like I only speak when I'm spoken to for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing that I do against that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And even social media, like I'll see like things happening with people sharing videos with black people doing stuff and rappers and stuff, and I see a bunch of others under the post laughing. I don't be kikiing with them. I don't think it's funny. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, I don't make fun of others either.
I don't think it's necessary.
You know, there's a video that I retweeted not too long ago of a Karen going inside of a Pizza Hut. She eats the pizza and thinks she's gonna come in there and complain about the pizza that she's already eaten. And
Mm.
then she gets mad when they're like, hey, we can't do anything for you. She gets
Right.
mad and flips the pizza box at the lady.
Mm.
She tries to walk out like she got some type of authority or she just won. The
Mm.
manager went outside and pushed her on the ground.
Yeah, because you're not gonna come in here and disrespect me like that.
Right. Now, look, my thing is, I think the manager could have handled it a little bit better. You know, I don't think you should put your hands on somebody if they didn't put their hands on you.
True.
But that lady she was asking for it. And she got that shit. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I mean, you can only, people are human at the end of the day. I don't care what kind of position you hold. So if you crossing my personal space or you throwing stuff at me, I have to then get in defense mode for myself. Fuck the position I got, the title I got for the moment. You have definitely crossed over, and now I have to show you I'm not the one.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, that's one of those cases where I was like, look, that lady came in there and thought she was big shit. She thought she was gonna
Mm-hmm.
do anything.
Yep.
And she got her damn receipt. So,
Yeah.
so
That's all we can give you, man.
right. So I mean, if I'm a police officer looking at that picture, at that video, I'm like, well, look, you come in here with
You
this.
started it. Yep.
I mean, shit. At least they could have did her much worse. They could have did her dirty.
Oh yeah.
The
For sure.
lady on the floor, on the ground, looking up. I said, now right there, somebody who didn't care about life or the future would have fucked her up right there on the ground.
On site.
So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, you might as well, you should be okay that you got to go home to your wife and your husband and kids.
Yeah, that you still alive. That nobody popped the trunk on you. Don't come in somebody's establishment acting like that and expect it to be treated like royalty or something. Like you Princess Diana. Please go home.
Absolutely.
Have a nice day. But I do agree with what you said earlier about being observant, trying to fill out your surroundings or the people around you, the energy.
Yeah.
Reading the table. And then if, you feel like you need to respond and you feel like you need to put in some type of input, then you will. But most of the time, it's not necessary. Just let things carry out as they should.
Right.
Not everything needs a reaction. So,
yeah,
I agree.
So, with that being said, I think this was another good episode.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely got a lot off my chest.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for taking some time out your very busy day to come do.
Of course. No, I really appreciate you for inviting me back and doing this topic. I think this is a good segue into other topics that you can talk about or discuss
Yeah.
later on in future. I guess for more people who want to understand what this is, I'll be down for part 2 if we ever try to discuss part 2 and want to go in deeper and unpack deeper. But this is a great start. I feel like we did good.
Yeah, appreciate you. Let the folks know where they can reach you socially wise, social media wise.
Yeah, so I am on Instagram at the juice underscore the squeeze. My YouTube channel is under Michelle. So I should be having some new things uploaded to that as well. Coming soon. I've just been taking a break because summer has been summering.
Oh yeah.
I've been visiting family and catching up with my friends and everything. So I slow down, but definitely gonna start posting more soon. Um, you know what I was about to say? I was definitely about to say MySpace. I was like, I'm thinking the spaces on Twitter. I was gonna say you can reach me on MySpace, but that is no longer a social media site. Okay, Twitter is at a juice goddess, and yeah, that's where y'all can reach me at. So.
Let them know about let them know your website.
Oh yeah, so I do have a website. It is creativejuices.simplesite.com. Again, that is creativejuices.simplesite.com. And I will again be posting very soon. That's my website where I host a lot of poetry works, short stories, and of course feature my YouTube with my spoken word. So y'all go check it out and hit me up if you want to submit to it as well. I'm always taking submissions. So thank you, BeeJay, for reminding me about that. Thank you.
Absolutely. And y'all can reach your boy on Twitter at Eternal5 ENTERNAL5ENT. And you can reach me on Instagram also at excuse_me_miss88. And we out, y'all.